And welcome back to Campaigns of the Plains, guys. This is our second arc into our Final Fantasy campaign. So if you haven't checked out previous episodes, definitely go over to our YouTube page, which should be below me here. If you're not already watching it, why not? Also, we have social medias down below me too. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, well, X, whatever it is at this point in time. But we also do podcasts. So we release a new episode every Friday on YouTube, and that episode will be released podcast style on Wednesday following. So make sure you go check out Campaigns of the Plains wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Music.
Special note on the podcast. You can get podcasts early through YouTube because all of our videos are uploaded automatically as both video and podcasts.
Hey, look at that. New things every day, guys. Anyway, so last we left off, the party had defeated the dragon Osiroshi inside of the Temple of Ifrits. And in doing so, had actually saved their Makote companion, Oraha, from a pretty grisly fate. They had also gotten a chance to speak with Heidelin, as she had taken over Joker's body and had cast light over Osiroshi, weakening him, and unfortunately Joker as well. The doctor that had been accompanying Joker had let you guys know that Joker is basically on the verge of death. Heidelin may be the only thing that is keeping him alive at this point, and that if he were to absorb any more espers, he may not be able to contain that power. But after that, you guys had visited the market, and Becky had gotten a giant hat, and there were other things purchased, such as collars for pets, and
More hats.
What?
More hats.
More hats, other such amenities. And
But somebody got food.
no, your benefactor, the regent, had actually provided to you and your new ship, which you guys took a while to name, but finally came up with the name, Mirage. So you guys have a basically full metallic ship at this point. The only thing that may be any parts wood are things that have been brought onto the ship, like beds or desks of that nature. So, yes, we will
Catch the ship on fire. We can kill ourselves with smoke inhalation.
You could, yes.
Perfect.
So, don't do that, okay?
Yeah, Milos.
I'll just do heat metal this time. It's fine.
Oh, God.
That's gonna get fucking cast jet fuel.
Jet fuel can't bend steel.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so you guys had boarded the ship and met the captain, a Pagel woman named Ananria, who is to be your pilot for this journey and going forth, as the airship is yours, and
But we're not paying them.
you're not paying them. They have been paid for already, so
I hope that payment lasts for a while because we don't have money. Yeah, the airship's not going to last that long. That's true. Right.
come on, guys. I'm not targeting the airship. That wasn't me, all right? So,
No, but I don't trust us.
oh, that's fair. But anyway,
For all I know, we'll drunken barter it away at some kind of casino.
Don't tempt me.
so you guys had boarded the ship and met the captain. gotten situated in the quarters, and Ellie had let you guys know that she had a fun new toy that she had gotten from the circus.
Yeah, it's a doorknob.
Yep, it was a doorknob.
It's for my collection of doorknobs.
She is collecting doorknobs. But she had placed it in her room and invited you all in, and it ended up being this pocket dimension space that she had been able to design to specifications of each of you, or how she thought of you. And you guys had spent the night there. So dawn comes, and I don't know, Ellie, do you have windows mimicking outside outside climate, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. So through each one of your windows in your rooms, you see dawn breaks through your windows, wakes you up, and you guys travel out to the common area where you had been served supper the night before by all of the ghastly apparitions.
I'm pretty sure you mean poppies.
Yes, that's right. They were all poppies. How could I forget?
In different colors.
Yep,
Various colored poppies.
correct.
Just an echo of the meow noise that popped.
So you guys come out to the table, and the poppies are now serving breakfast, whatever Ellie deems necessary for everyone.
Eggs and toast
Okay,
and bacon
sure.
for the people who like
Chocobo.
It's Ellie's imagination, right?
Yep.
So she's like, they all eat meat. So what are breakfast meat? So every breakfast meat that she can think of.
I mean, every meat is technically a
Every meat. It's every meat and eggs and just like every kind of eggs.
Okay, all right.
And then like a bunch of fruit too.
For Ellie.
And breads. And I mean, she can eat eggs. Vegetarians eat eggs, guys. Vegetarians eat eggs. They eat eggs.
She's not vegan.
She's not vegan.
Mm-hmm.
And cheeses. So it's just like the table's groaning because there's so much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Full breakfast.
Ellie, you shouldn't have.
And there's a seat at the table for each one of Din's pets.
Oh, it's like the kids' table.
Unfortunately, Din can only have one pet out at a time at the moment.
They still get a spot at the table.
Okay.
They're still family.
Just a bunch of empty chairs.
Very.
Oh.
I'm all just sitting in the corner, hunched
Just
over at the
little,
kids' table.
little like totems sitting on the
Oh yeah, I just take them off of your bracelet and set them on the table. They're there in spirit, Din.
Just open up their little portal door and throw food in at them.
Just toss them
trapped in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, do you guys wanna talk a little bit, or are you gonna go out and kind of explore the ship? Just let me
I
know.
realized that I don't actually know what everybody's diet is, but I know that you all eat meat. So I just did all the meat.
It's like Arby's. We got the meats.
Yeah, the meat sweats.
And the meat sweat.
I feel like Asher
Star
just like
performance.
stretches and he's like yawning. He's like, man, that was a good sleep. That felt like months.
Aren't the beds so soft?
Yeah.
You're not you when you're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Oh, and pastries.
Okay, we gotta.
So Becky's gonna say, okay, I got some bookkeeping to do. So everyone, -1. Can I write your name in my book? And she pulls out this big black book.
Still -1.
And it looks like her old like kind of beginners to like wizardry magic book that she got in the shop forever ago, but like ever since she returned back from the void, like the cover is blackened and charred, and there's something kind of different about it. And anyway, she's like, so yeah, it's a good thing, but I need your permission to put your name in the book.
Sounds like a Death Note thing.
Do you have to like write
Yeah,
that
yeah.
blood?
What happens if you write someone's name in their book?
It's kind of like a resurrection spell.
What does kind of mean?
Well, it kind of sort of works sometimes.
What happens if it doesn't work?
Well, then you die.
Oh. Well, you're already dead at that point, aren't you?
Right.
Okay, what does
Anyway.
everybody but one mean? Are you talking about Marquies because he's already dead?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yes.
Well, we're family. We talk about it.
We talk. We are open and honest with our conversations here.
Yeah.
Anyway, my book only has 4 lines in it right now. They kind of appear as like as my magic gets more powerful, but I only have
Journal?
4 lines right now.
Oh, you're bujoing.
What's that?
Why'd you put Joker's name?
I never thought of that. I could.
We know he's gonna die. If you can bring him back, then
Okay,
Wait, but
let
if
me
I don't know if you can bring him back. I mean, I don't even. Heidelin can't even bring him back. She's like a god.
Yeah, let me rephrase this. It's more like slapping a band-aid on like your intestines falling out. It'll like keep you alive for like a minute to maybe get proper healing.
Oh, it's not
What?
like a permanent thing.
No.
Oh.
maybe you should do it to me just in case I die, so that I can heal other people.
Okay.
So I will give you permission to write my name.
Milos.
Can you write your
My
own?
last name?
Can you write your own name?
I think I can. But I was going to offer it up to you first. Because I'm such a nice person.
Oh, I will forfeit the name writing so you can write your own name, because you already died once. So like, you shouldn't do that again.
Okay, let's not make a big deal about that. But
Is
yeah.
there a limit to how many you can put in this book?
You said 4, right?
Yeah.
4, okay.
Or-
Well, I think that one's more important, though, right?
Why?
You're a summoner.
So
Well, if
Well,
aren't you capable of some sort of magic to help in a similar fashion? Maybe.
no,
Well, then never mind.
my job is to keep things dead, not bring things back.
That's a fair point.
I keep telling everyone this, and nobody remembers. Things
Honestly,
are supposed to stay dead.
In my case, it's easier to just try to forget that you want to kill me.
I don't want to kill you. I'm just saying, if another summoner notices that you are not what you are supposed to be, they will kill you. They will kill you dead. Don't even blink twice.
We'll just dance on your grave, literally.
Mm-hmm. Literally dancing. Literally.
Elspeth, I think this actually really.
Listen, not all
Fine.
summoners dance. That's just my.
Oh, what else do they do?
Well, I think some of them just stand still and chant the ritual. It's more fun when you dance. It makes
Oh,
it
they have
more
no flavor.
Yeah, it makes it more uplifting, you know?
Showmanship, man.
It is a little bit different, but there are some somatic components. Just a lot of people put a little flair on it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess I just assumed that a summoner would want to either keep dead things dead or keep alive things not dead.
No.
So that's why I.
No. So
Anyway.
the natural order of things is
I
that
don't-
everything dies. So if it's your time, it's your time. It's not my job to interrupt that.
Okay.
In theory, with summoners, I obviously kind of am a little lux and fluctuate. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little. I
So,
fluctuate a little bit with my.
kind of our fighting guy.
Yeah.
You want your name in the book?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, 2 names left.
You've also died once, so you probably also don't need to do that again. Everybody gets 1. And then I start dancing. You're existing in your 1. Everybody gets 1 and I start dancing.
You get 1, and then you get sent.
Oh shit.
Marquies doesn't actually get 1 because he is existing continuously as 1.
Yeah.
Well, to be entirely honest, I think it would be unwise to try and resurrect.
Is it a resurrect or is it a band-aid?
Are you preventing or undoing?
If you're dying, you will get a little bit of your health back, but just enough to keep you alive.
So it's like
An adrenaline shot.
Kinda.
Sure.
So it's a prevention. Oh, it's actually seems a little
Yeah.
less dangerous.
Something
Then.
like that.
Is it like...
So now, so we have the two beakiest people on the team with this thing.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want to give it to yourself? You're pretty frail.
Well, okay. Yes, I have died. And yes, I have thought of this, but also, like, I try and stay in the back. I just want to make sure I'm taking care of everyone first.
You should probably give one to Marquies because somebody keeps trying to kill him.
Fair point.
I
Are we just putting all the boys in the book? Is this a burn book?
Our Asher is smelly.
Yeah.
well, I just
Milos smells like feet.
I mean,
Wet fur. He smells like wet fur.
up to
Yeah, whatever,
you,
yeah.
but I would say that you would be better than me
There's 4
in
spots.
that book.
I mean,
Okay, well, I have 2 more lines, so I gotta figure out who the 2 are. If it's me, then it still leaves 1 more person.
What about you?
I'm good.
Okay, that was
If I die, I die.
Didn't get it.
Okay.
Well, so far the people who have healing magic are in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
yes. Those are the important ones, really.
Well, didn't I opt
You
out?
said
So you 2 go in. Marquies and Becky.
You could put a Raha if you really felt like it. I mean, he's real cool.
Araha agrees to it. Look, these are the rules, and it's not like you're beholden to anything. I'm beholden to something. Anyway, so
If it would make you feel better, fine. Put my name in your book.
okie dokie.
Seems like this is more about some sort of self-redemption. That's...
Maybe I should put them all in there.
He is
Yes.
he is very important to all of us.
Sign the bear's name.
Just a paw.
Yeah.
Look him all consent.
That is the question.
He's sentient, so he can consent.
I mean, his mom can consent for him. He's underage. He's only a cub.
Oh my gosh.
I only own babies, don't I?
What's that?
I only own really babies.
It's
Monsters,
just an
don't I?
orphanage.
Younger, yeah.
Well, the mittens.
Mittens?
Yeah, I don't think that's a baby.
The Mooma?
Mhm.
The Moomba's not a youngling.
Is that what it's called? Mittens?
No, it's Cestus.
Oh,
Cestus.
Okay.
Which are mittens? Metal mittens.
Metal mittens. Metal spiky mittens.
Well, if the burn book is done,
I assume that's what we're calling it.
yeah,
The burn
it's
book?
The burn book.
Burned, right?
Okay,
It's
that's
burned. The burn book.
is the name of the
So,
episode.
okay, I got Milos, Asher, and Marquies.
And Becky,
Fuck,
right?
this is 81.
Fine.
Holy shit.
This is episode 81, yes.
I will try not to die.
So anyway,
It's only good once a day. So if one of these other people on the list like dies, then like the rest are screwed.
they should have
Oh,
put their name in the book.
no, I think only one of us can die per day. Is what
Yeah.
Oh shit! Don't die.
Yeah, so if one of us dies that's
Then
on this list, then they'll come back. But if the second person on the list dies, then they don't come back.
Sounds like some bad accounting.
So what you're saying is, we got to pick who we kill every day.
Yes. You just stab Marquies. This is fatal.
An elaborate game of let's murder one person in the party every day.
Oh,
Do you like lose a line or anything? Like when someone dies? Like, or do you always keep 4?
Oh no. I can erase a line if I want to and remove someone from the book.
So don't fucking try her, alright?
Right. Yeah, put your name in the book. You should go sacrifice yourself. You'll be fine. Get out your race.
Did put Marquies, like, is your name in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we just killed Marquies and see what happens? You know?
Why?
Like, what?
But she said that this was more of preventing death from happening.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work, she said.
Let's not kill Marquies. I said everybody gets one, and he's existing in his one, so
Yeah. He's current in like a negative
Yeah.
one, but it's like a teacher.
Does it really count
Hi.
the same way? I think it works a little different.
you came to me dead.
Well, no, I do not try any form of resurrecting because I fear for what will actually happen if you try to do so.
He has a medical
May not be me.
bracelet that says do not.
Okay, so
stay.
he has consented to let him stay dead if he dies.
He's got a DNR.
He is.
What's that?
He's saying here, just right here.
So does that mean if he dies in battle, we shouldn't heal him?
No, he's just saying if he dies, don't resuscitate him.
Oh, okay. But if he,
I'll just
Yeah.
resurrect him. It's different.
he
Yeah.
said not to do that.
Right.
And he said, reincarnate's
This is
different.
effectively a
Right.
form of reincarnation, and that's part of the problem.
We'll figure that out if it happens.
When in it.
Why? Who's trained in religion?
You'd think I'd be. Let's see.
I don't know if you are, actually.
I am not.
Give me a second.
Give me a second.
I am trained in religion.
So, good thing that Ellie is trained in religion because she would know that naturally the life stream would eventually reincarnate somebody. The kind of magic that Milos is talking about might just hasten that process. So that is kind of on the gray line for the church, but probably on the better part of okay.
You get a pass. So if he brings you back, I won't dance on your grave.
It's just like,
You will get a new body, though, probably.
Ooh, what if like
So that might be good for you. We should kill you. That might be come back to you for your body if we build you a new
back in
one.
a new body, and then his old body's soul came back in a new body?
I was thinking,
That
what
would
if
be
we kill you?
weird.
Do you like?
Like, we would be
See, like,
reincarnated in a
previous
body for the soul that's in this body. Because this body goes away. The soul goes into the new body. So you would probably be okay.
Isn't that just being born, though? Like,
Yeah.
I
So,
would then
Yeah,
not
this is like-
remember anything,
the
born
way,
in your age.
and I would have to
no, you see.
be a child
So
again.
the way that
That seems incredibly
You're-
inefficient for whatever we're
No,
trying to do. This
you're-
like, we could actually run into a
You're
lot of problems if we have to wait for me for 18 goddamn years.
No, you're thinking a little bit too much like the way that the life stream reincarnates, which is slowly. Your soul goes into a new, like you're born again, new person. You don't have any of your old memories. It's just the soul coming back, right? Milos is gonna build you an adult body and shove your soul back in it. Hasten the process. It will be a random.
It's not going to be someone else.
No, he's making you a mudman. He's making you a mudman
Yeah,
suit.
you're gonna be a fancy golem.
You also do remember your previous life.
I am a
Just
little
saying, like,
uncomfortable
you don't
with that.
lose any of your
Well,
experiences.
well, a couple
Yeah,
of you.
Yeah, you won't lose any of your memories. You're not getting shoved out of a vagina into a fresh new body, brand new as a baby. This is this is like a
Asher is uncomfortable. He may not gotten that talk from mom and dad just yet.
this is him building.
I was found in a
mud
flower patch.
in the mud
Good with cabbages. My dad ate that carrot.
and then the magic turns the mud man into a body for you, your soul, an adult body for your adult experience.
I think
So I
you'd probably be a sandman.
Why have we not
Some of
had
it would
this
be made of a bunch of
discussion before?
sand.
don't know, but I think killing you. See, here's the thing, though. Your soul's probably a little bit
Tarnished.
tarnished.
Oh no!
So
see,
you might not come back. It's
Well-
not guaranteed
there's also
that you want that your soul comes back.
there is the possibility that it would just be a lot easier.
Josh is like, I did not expect the party would be like, let's murder Marquies and build him a new body today.
Yeah. I'm on this airship.
Sitting here eating breakfast. So what if it killed you though this morning,
Yeah.
buddy?
Like, we should probably not. Yeah,
Feels like
It's 7 a.m. We should probably use our top level spell and murder one of our party members.
feels like the Casper movie where
Like
Critten's trying to get into the vault and she tries to kill her assistant but ends up dying instead.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Spoilers for movies from 1993.
95. Thank you.
yeah.
It's at this
He just-
time, Ellie, that
He
you
just did
kind
it
of
when he was
feel
by Christina Ricci.
that bit of magic from the doorknob letting you know that it is about to
It
expire.
lasts for 24 hours.
Hmm?
It's fine.
No, this doorknob will last for 12 hours. It is not the Magnificent Mansion spell.
Oh, this is a TJ Maxx doorknob.
Yep.
She got this on Wish.
You didn't make me a doorknob trinket.
You mean Taboo?
Oh, I didn't put it on
Oh,
for you.
those damn closeout doorknobs. Never
But yeah,
Yeah,
it is 12 hours, not 24 hours. So
Oh, the bad
Oh,
news
it's checkout time.
It's guys, it's checkout time. Tip your waiters. I
Tip your poppy.
I tip your poppy. Everybody tip your poppy.
I just pick up a poppy and tip that.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw some raspberries at it.
I'm gonna try to pick up the real poppy and leave.
I'm gonna shove as much food in my mouth as possible.
yes.
Yeah, does the food come with us? Like, or is it?
No, it stays.
Oh.
Anything that is made in this space stays in this space.
It does stay in your tummy.
It does stay in your tummy.
But it doesn't say that.
would be awful.
Does it? Wait, what would it say in a bag of holding?
What's that?
What's it say in a bag of holding?
Probably
what?
not.
Food.
We might
So
not
you
want
put it
to
in a
test
different
the
pocket
laws of the
dimension?
universe.
Nothing else in my bag of holding.
Huh?
Give me my bag of holding pineapples. We'll just see. My pineapple bag.
Pineapple bag.
I mean, I don't think it would. But I can put this every day, so
Oh,
we'll just
what?
I'm concerned.
There's
It
credit tesseract.
let's go.
Just like
Yeah.
Pocket dimension within a pocket dimension.
folds itself inside out, and now we are the pocket dimension.
Yep.
Crazy.
You're just 2D creatures on a 3D plane now.
We are. On an
Cool.
airship, I can move around.
Oh, God.
We're out.
Yes. So you all pop out of this door, and the doorknob clatters to the ground once the magic dissipates.
I'll grab it and put it back in my pocket.
So yeah, you guys now are able to kind of walk around the ship, kind of take a look around. We have our handy dandy map up on D&D Beyond's maps. So just let me know which. So there are 3 levels, to the ship itself, as Sid kind of explained to you before you guys took off. So if you want to explore, if you want to talk with the crew, it's kind of up to you.
I'd
What
like
do you
to
want to do
continue
with
this
that?
conversation of, do we murder our party member?
I'm pretty sure the consensus was no.
Oh, I felt like it was going the other way. I felt like Marquies was even like,
How about we figure out? How about we?
Put a pin in it.
Let's put a pin in it. Yeah.
was gonna put a sword in it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he consents to being murdered.
Oh, I probably should, and I might keep it still.
Oh no!
That'd be horrible. Try to get Marquies
Sorry.
like harvest your soul.
We can't kill you. We can't bring you back.
That'd be amazing, but horrible. Sorry.
I try and resurrection. It's in his sight. I can't get his soul out of the sight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
or the sight starts to transfigure into like a blob of different bodies trying to reach out.
It's just
All the souls trying to reach.
the blade just turns into Marquis' beak.
Stop looking in the air like that.
And it's Marquis in my sword talking to me.
That's what I was actually picturing.
Yeah.
Is like the head of the site just kind
Just
of comes
being a
the
big
beak
mask.
of his mask.
Oh, I can't get rid of it.
Oh, God damn it! Now I'm a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
Oh,
weapon is
no, this is a
already
fucking
sentient,
weapon.
and now it's just like double sentient.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do with your day? You were told that it's probably going to be about 5 days to the border of Sax. So,
Oh shit.
and this is lucky that you have an airship that can travel this fast, because otherwise you were told that it could be like 2 weeks to reach the border. So, by normal ways.
Hmm.
I would probably go into my room
Okay.
I know one day I took a dragon scale
Mm-hmm.
and I think I was going to make it for Maul and to see if I can fashion some sort of like armor for him.
Oh yeah.
That was the plan.
Yep. So you want to
yeah.
fashion some armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you taking them all with you?
To measure him?
You can take one being into your.
Bear in your shop.
He's fine.
All right.
You can allow access to.
Well, I assume I could like measure him.
Yeah,
I'd
you could
get
measure
some
him without.
measurements.
You don't want.
I'd maybe bring you in there so you could
Oh.
give like design ideas
Oh
if you want to come in. I don't know if you've ever been in,
no.
No, you have never
I don't know if
granted
you want
access
to come in,
to it in.
but you can come in and show me what you want. If you want helmets or if you want like
You
gauntlets.
should take them all in.
Yeah, if Mom wants to come.
You should just have a bear.
He can be your assistant.
Well, I would have Mog Pie.
But you do have Mog, yep.
Mog can
Mog.
ride on top of
Yeah.
Maul's head.
Guide Mom into battle.
Just a little Mog pie with a
Yeah.
little tiny sword.
Right? Just a wooden sword.
So are
Yeah.
you sending?
Oh yeah.
I'll go with Mom.
Okay. So when you make the door, you have to. It magically expands a little bit larger to fit
Mom.
Maul's body.
Who's
so
the baby look? Little baby cub.
He's big. He's
he's
a
still a
bear.
dire bear.
Yeah.
Oh, dire cub.
Yeah.
Like size bear.
Yeah, he's a normal
regular
size bear.
size. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't want to
So
Winnie Pooh this. Half of him.
just give him a little shirt.
Yeah.
Leave his ass eye hanging.
Yeah, but there's a little armor.
Okay, so you Maul looks back at you though. Din is like,
I'm gonna shove him in there.
he like.
He's got his collar on. Does he have his collar on?
Of course, he's got his collar on. Yes, but he kind of like shoulder like sticks his head in his shoulders and like tries to back up his. But you're pushing his ass through the through the entrance to this magical space, and the door closes behind. And actually, you just see Maul like turns around back to the door and starts like doing the bear scratches at the door.
Can he understand me? He just can't communicate, right?
Wait, I know how to make this easier.
Oh.
It's too late.
I'm just
He
getting
is
Maul.
already in the
Okay.
space.
Okay.
And no, he cannot understand
Oh.
you. He can only understand Din.
I just didn't know if he was conscious of like what I'm saying. If it would like, I knew I wouldn't kind of communicate with him, but I don't know if he would like understand if I was like, it's okay, we're just gonna.
He's used to you
Yeah.
and considers you an ally because you are Din's ally.
Yeah.
So he may not respond to commands or
Oh, I'm not gonna
necessarily. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know,
Smaller mascot.
but he'll probably sit on his butt, like in it, and then he kind of looks around at your space. If you remember the last
She
time,
doesn't.
your space.
a little.
She is
darkened.
already-
Oh yeah, I forgot the little spooky ookie.
Yes,
It's
and
decorated
those-
for Halloween.
Yep, those green ley lines have actually turned like this purplish kind of dark energy and kind of have crept up on the table.
Chance of lights make it purple in here.
And you even see this time around that Magpie has kind of even changed.
Oh, no.
Instead of that,
He's edgy now.
instead of that white fur, his fur has started to blacken in splotches.
Oopsie.
So like it's like starting at his extremities, so like his hands and his legs, and you see that even his Muggles have these kind of almost bat-like wings anyway, but his have gotten like even more.
Sharper angles. and-
Yeah, a little more.
Is he more goth or emo?
I would say emo coming back towards goth.
Does he got the hair?
No,
No.
that's not worse.
Tom is over instead.
It's spiking out his glutes. Spiking out it.
But yeah, this place is odd because now that you're here, you look out the window and where you would normally hear that rhythm of hammer on anvil that sounded like your father's, there's this distortion to it. Like it echoes with this almost tinny tone to it. And the outside, when you look out the window, it actually reminds you of your time in the void. There is like
you
this
would love that.
purple sun instead of the normal like midday Alexandrian sun. So the vibe is off.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes Maul a little nervous, and he just like he does that thing like with cats where they just stick their head against the door and they won't move.
You better measure him and let him back up.
It's okay, buddy.
Okay. All right. So you're attempting to make some armor.
Yeah.
So
I assume I would have talked to Din. What are you thinking you would want him to have? I think I only have I wrote on one scale.
You only have
so
one.
I have one.
Scale.
I think I might have two because I think I have it from a different battle. But I have one scale from Oshiroshi.
Yep.
So I think it's a fairly large scale, but I probably can only make one thing. So I don't know if you want a helmet or if you want plate.
You did get claws too. You got
oh.
a couple of claws off of him as well before he disappeared. So he could make claw
gauntlets or something.
Ooh.
Would you want that? I could probably slot them. I have to remember. I have three things I can do.
You have three.
I don't know if I can create, slot, and put
and
something in.
material. Yeah, that would be
or
your
at least have
three.
3 taps
Mm-hmm.
for the day.
Yep.
So I'll probably try to make some claws and then try to see if I can get slots and see where we go. I don't know if I have
You
any
can make him armor
materia.
out of regular metal.
I just think it'd be cool off the dragon metal.
Yeah.
That's what I got it for. We had talked about it, so I think that's why I ripped off the scale. Yeah, I remember in my head. Because I think he did look pretty cool and because it's like a black dragon scale.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have another one too, so I can make something for myself.
Okay.
So
I think Marquies had actually gotten one as well.
I think we had found another black dragon because I have it written down a couple times, but
Well,
we'll talk about that.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I have at least a couple.
Yeah. So let's do your rolls.
Okay.
So make sure you look at your
What do you
magic
do?
item.
Oh, I have a magic item.
Yeah, Asher's
Let me look
key.
at this again. Which one am I looking at?
Should be your key.
Okay,
Your forge
sounds
key.
good.
Asher, I think it's what?
Transform into Malvin and he has stuff. Do I get stuff or is it just I'm just the bear?
Sorry, what?
So if Maul has a weapon and I transform into
You're just the bear.
okay.
Because that's an item
Yeah.
that he's getting. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a part of him that you can transform into. It's not natural to his form.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20. Then I add my strength and wisdom modifiers, which is 8.
Yep.
So first roll of this arc. Ooh, well, it is a failure. It is a failure.
Yeah,
Because I rolled a 2, which makes it a 10, and I have to roll 11 above for it to be a success.
Yes. So unfortunately, it almost seems like the dark energy in this forge fights that scale, and or maybe it's the scale fighting back against this dark energy. But you go to start hammering it into some gauntlets, and the scale just backfires on you and disintegrates into little shards. And it kind of scares Maul, and he's and starts really beating against the door.
Sorry. Rusty. I'm rusty.
Yeah, you are down one
Okay.
dragon scale.
Sounds good.
One
And then
Osiroshi dragon.
I was like, oh shit. What can I? And then I'm starting to look through my thing to see what I could make into these gauntlets.
Throw things out of a bag.
I'm
Oops, I don't need these.
sorry. Let me try something else.
Yeah. Could I take another piece of armor to make it into something?
Yes.
I can transform it? Okay.
Yeah, yep, we can.
I have some half-plate armor that I used to wear.
Okay.
I will
So
try that.
I will say that you are breaking it down, which is going to be a step, and then you're remaking it, which will be another step.
That'll be enough.
So
I can do that.
Okay.
I might ask Magpie to see if he can give me
he can give you
advantage
assistance
on
on
one.
one roll. So
just so we can have something.
so you're using it on the breakdown.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let's do it on the
Use it on the
make
create.
to make it.
Okay.
So if you're using a whole set of armor, are you going to make him armor instead?
I think
think the claws had been.
I feel like if I'm I probably was gonna melt down the armor to make it into bear.
Okay.
It probably armor that would fit me probably would only be enough metal to do his gauntlet.
yeah,
Like, I feel like that math
His
makes sense.
mittens.
Yeah. Maul's mittens.
Maul's mittens.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to make that item.
Well, I gotta make it first.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll to break it down.
Yep. Break it down.
Well, that is a 16
Believe that is.
plus 8.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So-
So that is an outstanding success. So
Yeah.
in
that means with the
yep.
breakdown.
So for the breakdown, you gather all the materials that you need to reforge them into exactly what you need. You don't miss any item or any part of this in the desynthesizing of this item. So you lose no components
Okay.
in the breakdown.
So we got enough.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna have Maud come over and be like, "Hey, help me like pour this in." And so I'll use this to make the mittens.
Gotcha.
And that is a nat 20.
Nice.
And also an 11, which would be a 19, but that would be a 28 nat 20
Nice.
to make Maul's mittens.
All right. So
That would have been great on the dragon scale.
So in this particular instance, you absolutely make those.
Is it shiny? Is it a shiny item?
Yes, it is a high quality item.
So you mean it has +1?
No, because a plus is a magical effect, not a part
But
of
I can
that.
always try to slot it later, and then
Um,
we can give him like fire claws.
Oh,
I just need someone to give me like a fire item that I could break down into a materia,
Cool.
and then we could slot those later.
so these are high quality, so they are gonna like just as a mundane item, they're gonna hold their edge quite a bit longer than what a normal item would. Plus, if you were to resell those, we'll go off of what the half plate armor is, which I believe is 200 gold normally, and we'll just kind of do the math over. Since it is high quality, you're doubling up on that. So if you ever do sell these to the right buyer, they will be roughly worth about 500 gold.
Nice.
Half plate armor was worth 750 according to this.
Hmm?
The half plate armor I used was worth 750.
But a shop would buy it half price.
Oh, fuck them.
Also, it's bear claws, so like they'd have to have a unique seller.
Exactly. So you did make a set of claws,
Okay.
but he's probably not going to let you put them on him in
I would
here.
I'd give him. I'm just gonna show him to Din.
Okay. So yeah, as soon as Asher,
I probably
opens-
would have let him out the moment I measured him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think he probably would have been startled by all the like pounding.
yeah. So as soon as Asher opens the door, Maul's just like coming back up to you and like tackles you and is like hiding behind you, like you're bigger than he is, and he tries to like hide, like cartoon hide behind you from Asher's forge. So and Asher's like, okay, I'll be out in just a second. So
So Dan,
Yeah. Looks like Maul had fun.
yeah, poor Maul. He looks scared. Poppy, go and tell Maul it's okay.
wow.
I still have a question for you. Poppy is already sentient, right? Like Poppy doesn't need the sentient collar.
So Poppy can speak to you
Mhm.
through your link. You put the sentient collar on her, and she can speak to other people. She chooses not to
But
because she's a bitch.
But she's sentient and able to speak to me without the collar anyway.
Yes.
So she doesn't need it.
Well, no.
I'm gonna put it on Maul.
That's between you and Din.
Hey,
I'll go
Dan,
shop.
Yeah.
do you want everybody to be able to talk to Maul? Do you want Maul to be able to talk to everybody?
I don't know if he's feeling the best right now, but yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Poppy, I'm gonna take your collar because you don't use it.
Well,
Don't worry, I'll get you a different one. Actually, I have a different one for you. I put a really frilly one on.
starts doing that like lick to try to get it off, and does the
It's just
the
the
kick.
doiliest collar.
Yeah.
Does it look like a little
Like-
doily with little bows and stuff?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay,
Now you have a Persian.
now I'm gonna go to put it on Maul, and as I do it, it's just gonna expand because it's a magical item.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll fasten it under his collar that has his name on it, and then put that collar on top of it, so it's like hidden underneath it.
Okay.
It still has the bell on it.
It'll take an hour for him to attune to it. So,
Mal, you and I are gonna have such a good conversation, buddy.
You better get ready for that.
yeah.
Stuck.
Okay. So,
I don't have that in my inventory, but it's a color of sentience. Okay. He's a smart boy now. Not really, but he can talk. And talk and comprehend.
I know some people like that.
you can look up the item. It is basically the same thing as the Crown of Sentience, which should already be a made item, I believe. So,
He's a mascot.
it's just
Like, Poppy's a
reflavored.
bitch. You don't talk to people. Poppy, you can't talk to people anymore, but you didn't anyway.
Wow.
You don't even talk to me.
And she like looks at you and says, "Yeah, I know." In your head.
Hmm. So shaky. I wish you guys could hear the sass.
I see it.
So a couple minutes after all of this happens, you see Asher emerge from his forge, and he doesn't have dragon like spike gauntlets, but he's got a really nice looking pair of like metal spiked gauntlets for mall size.
Those look cool.
So fancy.
Yeah.
Good job.
You can describe them. How do they look? Give us their plate originally, so I don't know if you want to keep this.
I would assume they're probably like dark. They probably have, just because it was in the spooky ooky zone.
Sure.
They're not shiny plate. They're probably like,
Ooh, what about that down mask? Or
Yeah,
the
like-
mask is like
yeah, like it's like, it looks burnt almost, right? It's like,
Mm.
but I think that would look better on him. And I was like, well, I had an issue with the dragon scale, but I did make these and they're really good. Hopefully he likes them.
They look so fancy.
Yeah.
In 45 minutes, he can tell you if he likes them.
What?
It's nothing.
Okay.
what are the rest of you doing now that we have had this? Marquies, are you exploring the
Reviewing
ship?
Books.
What's that?
Reviewing books.
Did you steal Ellie's books?
He was finally like, let me see those fucking books. I want to see what they say about.
Are
say
you
about
really? I need to know this for sure. I need this. Did you actually
this.
No. I'm being serious right now.
Yeah.
Did you actually take her books and are starting to read them?
No, I'm not like reading
Or
through
going through
I'm,
them?
Like basically reading the
The dust jacket synopsis.
Yeah, like,
About the
little
author.
quick synopsis of
and like you can get most of what you need from the book, right? The synopsis and like the first
get
chapter
an
and the
idea
last
of like
chapter.
okay, what
So
what case might this be pertaining to and shit like that.
So in that set of books is also there are 2 books on the end that you take as well, which you saw Ellie from the Void have written. So they're in this like really worn black leather, and as I said before, in the Void, it looks like that the label for the book had actually been had to be carved into the spine of the book. It doesn't have the same what do they call it when they press into the leather to make the they
Embossed.
emboss. It doesn't have the same embossed look as the ones from the material plane here, because it probably there was no press or tools for them to be able to do, so she just kind of carved it into a leather that she wrapped around the binding. So what's your passive perception?
37.
I think it's pretty high, if I remember correctly.
21.
As you're thumbing through this last set of books, a piece of paper falls out.
What? Why didn't I get the piece of paper?
Because you didn't look for it.
But I read the books. Well, when we were in the Void, I read the books.
You didn't have time to read them completely.
Well, I flipped through them.
Mm-hmm. As you are flipping through them, you find this piece of paper. Asher, it is addressed, or sorry, not Asher, Marquies, it is addressed to you in Ellie's handwriting, but not your Ellie.
Probably not that Marquise either. Maybe. I mean,
Well, obviously,
because
but
that Ellie was in a crystal.
Are any of you with Marquies, or are you
Depends on
guys?
where Marquies is reading, because if
That's
he's
fair.
where we all,
Where are you reading these books, Marquies? Just in your cabins?
I like to assume that Asher and Dan and Ellie never left where we stayed the night, and Asher just the doorknob fell off the wall, and Asher stuck his key
Yeah.
right into the.
Yeah.
It's very possible if you guys.
We've just been in here making the dog.
Well, it makes sense that we'd probably be on that lower level.
Isn't there
It's
Yeah.
probably the only wall that's big enough to make a door.
Yeah. So I'm actually I'll switch the map here so you guys can.
There's multiple levels.
Oh man.
Yep. So your guys' rooms are kind of off to the right there. Further down, there's a cabin for each of you. Further
It's a big
down
one.
the hallway is the captain's quarters. And then on the opposite side of the kind of stairwell area are the crew's hammock
So what you're
space,
saying
basically.
is there's a room for each of us, but we all piled into one room.
You did, yes. And I told you such when you got on because you wanted to use the doorknob. So you all
I like to
went-
think the crew all looked at us like, oh, they're close, aren't they?
They see you all come out of this room like a goddamn clown car and
They see
Wiping our mouths.
toweling off a little
Yeah.
bit, wiping away the meat sweats.
Yeah.
So if you are in the room, it's up to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I suppose if the room's that small, we might have went out into the main area.
Well, I mean, like I said, it is up to you guys.
Three of us in a bear can't fit in one of those rooms, Josh.
We're in like this up front with all the green things.
That is the crewmates'
Oh,
bunks. So the area in the middle, though, would be
Okay.
like a just common area. Otherwise,
I mean, like
you could read it on deck. The crew does greet you when you guys come out in the morning. A couple of them do, and they say, "Captain's given you a full run of the ship, except for we do ask that you stay out of the engine room, or at the very least, be guided while you're in there. There's a lot of moving parts, and if one should happen to get their hand stuck in one of the gears or accidentally touch one of the crystals that charges this ship, there could be a failure of the engines and we would have to stop to repair."
Why
So,
is he looking like directly at me when he's saying all these things? I'm very unhappy about that. I would never.
so the crewmate that comes and sees you is a Elysian man. So he's an elven man. He's pretty tall, about 6'2". He's got kind of this wild, like pulled back, dark black hair, and he's got like the tiniest bit of a little bit of a soul patch and like a mustache that he's kind of curled up at the ends a little bit. He is wearing this like blue and white mechanic's outfit, and you see that it is emblazoned with the same symbol that Sid had been wearing on his Smith outfit that he was wearing from the school, Sparks University. So,
Hopefully he doesn't say anything weird about us putting collars on bears and making him claws.
so the Elzen male just kind of looks around and is like, "I don't get paid to think about this. I'm just here to keep the engine running. Thank you."
Oh.
And he like leaves and goes down the stairs in the main area of this
You want
level
to go
ship.
look at the engine?
Yeah.
First, we'll see what Becky.
Marquies.
Actually, Marquies. So you start reading this letter. This letter kind of it barely falls out of the crest between a couple of pages towards the middle of the book, and it almost like it'd been hidden for mostly anybody but you to find. So you see Ellie, I guess if you're in the area, you see Marquies thumbing through this void version of the book, and you see this little piece of paper kind of fall towards the bottom, and he kind of like pulls it out.
Be careful. Those are like one of a kind. Did you just Oh, what are you doing?
Those are mine.
I don't know. Maybe it was some sort of notes. Opening it up to see that it is a note.
Okay. What's the note say?
When did you write this?
I didn't.
You didn't.
Well, other Ellie wrote it.
This was.
Well, I don't know. Are you talking about the books? Because other Ellie wrote the books.
Well. It seems this would have been useful to someone before.
Okay. Who? You.
Yes.
Other you?
Yeah.
But it's not useful now.
Well, in a way, I suppose this could be useful now.
To other you? Because Dan has a... We could take a quick trip there to deliver it.
I think it's quite alright. But
Are you sure? If other you needs it, I mean...
well, we've solved those issues.
Oh, so it's not important anymore?
It's important in different ways.
Can I see it?
Well, in a way, you wrote it, so why not?
Are you
Okay.
handing it to Ellie?
What?
Can you make it across?
There's nothing in there, right?
No.
Oh no! It blew away in the wind! It just shoots out of one of the portholes.
He casts paper airplane.
Did you read the books? Because they're pretty fucking tragic. Oh god, I learned that word from Becky.
Which one?
Not fucking tragic.
Yeah.
Ah.
The F word I learned from Dan.
All right, so is Ellie reading the note that... So, Alysia, why don't you read us what the note says?
No, but no, I didn't know if I want to read it to everybody else.
What's that?
I don't know if everybody else needs to know.
I'm having you read it to the audience.
Oh, so should we all go? No, listen.
Well, you as players can hear, but depends on what what Ellie decides to share.
Can I read it first? Or should I read it all?
You can read it first, that's fine. But I mean, you should read it out loud for the audience.
To Marquies. No, I'm not reading it in Marquies.
I was
my
like,
Ellie
please
voice.
don't do it in Ellie's voice.
I know this may not mean much now, especially because I know I've annoyed you quite a bit in the past with these. Heck, you may not even crack these open to see this message. Probably true. But I learned of a way I might be able to fight the you that you were before you.
Oh no.
I did it.
I mean, you didn't do it right. I might be able to fight the you that you were before the you that you are now. You forgot that part.
Oh, my bad.
And maybe even Diabolos himself. We did that. We did check. I've written to everyone who's left, but I don't quite know how to deliver yours and thought this would be the best way to get you to open back up. I know how you helped Din with her problems before we lost her, and I know how much that broke you. So if I had only one wish that could be fulfilled, it would be that you read these novels and understand that you need more punctuation. Well,
I wrote it that way because in my head, that's the way that Ellie would write.
you're right. She doesn't breathe when she talks.
Exactly.
She has
Run on sentence.
fucking lungs.
Keep reading.
Well, I know that you weren't Well, I know they weren't completely true. That there was so much. Wait, that there was a grain of truth in there. I know that was how we saw you. Oh my God, so many words. It doesn't matter if the body was yours or not. If it was frightening or beautiful, or even if you were ashamed of it, because the simple truth remains that it's prevalent. That's a big word for Ellie.
That's
In all these books, as well in real life, your soul is beautiful. Ah, it's not filled with holes like Ellie's soul is. My only regret is I might not get to see the you that you are space, smile your smile. The you that you are before you, or the you that you are now.
No, the you that you are.
Oh, the you that you were before the you that you are now.
No. The you that.
Oh, I gotcha. May we attempt at writing another novel? Wait. May my attempt at writing another novel convince you to accept the you that you are?
That's how Ellie talks. Okay.
Yeah, but my brain can't comprehend it
We
in
watched
writing.
all of those episodes.
I did. I really did.
She does talk and run on sentences. Thanks for sharing your adventures, Ellie. P.S. I know you'll find a way to help Din one way or another.
Are you sharing
Still counts.
at all, or is that something? What is Ellie doing with this note once she reads it?
Crumples it up and throws it overboard.
What is that for?
Yeah.
Wow, we did some of these things. We did we kill Din, though? Are you sure other Marquies even need this? He might need this. He seemed depressed.
You'll figure it out.
Are you sure? Because Ellie's dead, so she can't actually talk to him.
I know that it's really just there's no good way to say that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He would figure it out.
Okay, if you think so, you are him, and he is you.
Yeah?
So, would you figure it out?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's good because I'm pretty sure I had this conversation with you 2 weeks ago.
Maybe, I don't know.
2 weeks was a long time ago.
It was like it's been months.
Yeah, when we went to the dance at Milos' place, when Joker's friend turned you into a different face for the day, and you were like, I don't want to do this. And I was like, it's okay, because it's you on the inside or something. I don't remember what I said. I think I was drunk.
Yeah.
Actually, I know I was drunk.
So what are you doing? Are you keeping?
Do you want to read?
Didn't.
Okay, so here comes. I'll sit here and I'll read it to Din and Asher because he's here.
That is fair.
Nobody else is. I don't know where everybody else is.
Well, I mean, it depends on what Milos and Becky are deciding to do with their day.
Well, Milos and Araha are.
Who was not invited into the mansion last night, by the way.
No, I invited him in.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay. Finally.
Yeah,
they had a room together.
Okay.
of course.
Away from everybody else's rooms.
Sure.
No shared walls.
We appreciate that.
Sounds perfect.
So what are the two
These
reviews?
walls are squeaky in this room. You're a ghost? Ooh.
Jokes on you. We didn't have a bed. It was just, like floor mats or something.
Just-
It was a giant water
Just
bed.
rugs and pillows.
Rugs and pillows.
Yeah.
Giant
so,
water bed. Now I can.
Not with those claws.
Araha and Milos are going to run off and talk about past couple days, on the deck, just look out and talk about, hey, I was worried about you. I'm glad you're feeling better. But I'm curious, and he's gonna pull out the eye of Orochi. That's Orochi.
Okay.
And be like, I don't know a lot about this. Do you know anything about dragon eyes and what they do? Because Matt remembers doing an Arcana check on the eye, and I think Milos knew some stuff, but he doesn't know a lot. So he wants to see if Raha knows more about.
So Araha is trained in history. So, how are you holding the eye, Milos? Because you had wrapped it up in a cloth.
Yep, I would take it out and open it with my palm with the cloth.
Okay.
So I'm not touching it. I'm just showing it to him so he can see it.
Fair enough.
because he probably is better. I'm trained history too, but he might be better.
He unfortunately did not roll very well. So, he says, well, unfortunately, dragon lore is a bit out of my area of expertise. The only thing I really know is that in the past, there have been wars fought over such artifacts, and I know that I think I remember a tale that said something about it bringing an end to a war or starting a war. I can't really remember. If we knew somebody who was maybe versed a little bit more in dragon lore or even a bit more in draconic history, I feel like we may be able to gain a little more knowledge. I mean, we are going to Sapphiros, and Sapphiros has one of the largest libraries in Alexandria besides the capital, so I feel like we may be able to glean some information if we visit the library there.
That's a great idea. It's always nice to, bounce ideas like this. Some of this stuff is just so hard to pin down sometimes,
Dragons haven't played a very big part in the history of Alexandria, so unfortunately, besides a couple of niche areas, unfortunately or fortunately, we have not really had to deal with dragons in Alexandria, so a lot of the information that we would probably obtain would be any books from Dracogroff or countries further to the north, probably.
Well, we can check out the library and see if there's more information there. I just, and I kind of look at it wearily. Not really quite sure, and he'll just cover back up and stow it.
Before you do that, Milos, the eye itself, which is, it's not like a humanoid eye. It is the size of probably a bowling ball and about as heavy. And the eye is almost like glass. Yeah, it is very large. The eye is like glass on the outside, but there is that draconic slit pupil, that golden cat's eye, draconic eye. It suddenly moves up towards you and looks you in the face.
Womp womp.
Nothing happens, but it does move in this globe.
Did you see that?
Did that just move?
Yeah, I did.
Perhaps keep this wrapped up and away from anything. I don't know if we have somewhere safe to keep it, like a chest or lockbox, but I do feel an immense magical aura coming off of it, so I don't know what would happen if somebody were to touch it barehanded.
Eat it.
I will perhaps ask the captain if there is a lockbox on the ship somewhere that they can take care of it. Make sure not to touch it.
That's probably a good idea, and I imagine that you guys are probably on the prow of the deck there, and Araha looks back and sees the captain at the steering, and says, "Shall we? You know what? Put that away, and we can go ask her."
Yeah, and I will make sure it's like double wrapped and stow it so it doesn't unfurl or anything. Then I'll follow Araha towards the captain.
All right. So you head over to steerage and not steerage, sorry, the steering, the wheel there on deck. So You saw her when you boarded and only spoke with her briefly, but she is probably about 4'8" in height. She has this very chestnut brown hair and back in a long braid underneath her tricorn hat, and she has this kind of admiral vest on, these sailor's pants that seem to be like cloth, but with leather portions to. You get the feeling that they were probably made to keep sailors dry, but I mean, you're in the air. You might run into a storm, but it's definitely clothes for sailing as opposed to driving an airship. From beneath her cap, you see these deer horns. Small, but they form up on either side of her head and kind of sprouting out to about 3-4 points on either side. And she kind of nods to you as she doesn't really take her eye off the horizon. And she's actually speaking with her chief mate, this rather large green-skinned Rogden male. He has a long braid, but his is like tight in the back. And he is wearing a similar uniform as the captain itself. And he's kind of speaking to her, and he's got like a map out, and he's probably giving directions, or every once in a while he'll mark the map with some kind of annotation to maybe note like direction where the sun is at, heading, that kind of thing. Not in your knowledge pool, but you get the general gist. And she sees you coming again, like I said, doesn't take her eye off of the horizon, but speaks to you in a matter-of-factly voice and goes, "So, are you enjoying the ship so far, gentlemen?"
Oh, yeah, yes, Captain. We're quite bewildered by everything. This is a fine ship. Does it by chance have any sort of lockbox or safe of any kind by chance?
I mean, besides the footlockers that we have in crew quarters, the only other chest is mine in my quarters, so if you need to place any valuables there, you certainly may.
Who has access to the chest in your quarters?
Just myself and my chief mate here. And she introduces him, kind of nods in his direction, and he kind of nods at the both of you as well, and says, myself and the captain are the only ones with access to her storage chest, as we have fine-tuned instruments that we need to be using to steer the ship, take coordinates. And he goes, "Where are my manners? My name is Altsturm."
He's the first mate.
He's the chief mate.
Chief mate.
Because I learned
Boat stuff.
yeah, boat stuff.
What was his name again? Sorry.
Aldsturm. It is AHLDSTYRM.
Okay. Well, that's great to know. I will let the rest of the group know if they have any valuables they'd like to store there that is available. But I just wanted to check in and see how things are going so far. Are we still on course? No issues so far?
So far, she's steering like a dream, gentlemen. And at that point in time, you look up and over the back side of the boat as you kind of feel it like chug forward all of a sudden, and this purplish flame kind of produces off of the back exhaust ports of the ship itself. And you've been getting these since you have awoken, and even last night a little bit. You get the feeling that they burn these off about every hour or so. So you get that kind of chug of speed burst about every hour.
Do I know or can I tell what that is?
You don't know enough about airships, unfortunately. But you can certainly ask since you have the captain and the chief mate here.
Yeah, what was that just now? That purple stuff?
That is exhaust from us burning off and channeling the energy crystals down below in engine rooms. So it's basically what is keeping us at the speed. We will have to recharge the crystals at the border of Saphras, but we can make pretty good speed opposed to airships of the current age. So we could outpace even any of the current armada of the Empire probably by half a day, I would say.
Wow, very impressive. I guess Matt doesn't know this, but maybe Milos has seen this. Are there any defenses or offensive capabilities to the ship?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I'm not good at that. That's a 12.
12? None that you can see on the deck. Maybe there's some below, but definitely nothing like no cannons or harpoons or anything that you might see on a sailing vessel on deck. So,
hopefully we don't encounter anything up here in the skies. But we do. I'm sure we can defend ourselves, right?
oh yes, if nothing else, we can outpace whatever tries to catch us. So,
I'll keep an eye out for any dragons, or whatever else could be up here.
I highly doubt any dragons will bother us here, as I hear tale that you may have killed the only one in Alexandria, so...
Well, I mean, I'm sure there are more. There might just be hidden in plain sight.
It is possible. They do have tales of airships running into jade dragons, emerald dragons in the skies, but they're a nomadic dragon breed, so it's possible. Probably not probable, though.
Well, thank you for everything. But I think we'll be going. Keep on trucking. It's just kind of like sheepishly like turns around.
Raha's like, yeah. As soon as you guys turn around, Raha's like, you're not gonna put the eye in the chest.
No, I thought of a different idea.
Okay.
And as I'm walking away, I'll say, like, under my breath, I don't want someone else to have access to it. And if we stay in the tower, then, I mean, no one can get in other than us. So it'll be safe, right? Like, as long as I, don't ever take this thing off of me, it's always on my body. So it can't get stolen. Whereas if we leave it in that chest, then both of them have access to it. Plus, anyone who gets into that chest would have access to it. I mean, I just can't put that type of risk for this dangerous artifact.
Fair enough. He kind of stops you and puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of leans in and puts his head against yours and kind of whispers a little bit too. Okay? He's doing a display of affection, but he's also like doing it so he can kind of whisper in, and he says, "Just be careful. I know how dangerous that dragon was, and even the presence of his eye, kind of raises the fur on my back. So Mystique. All right. Becky, what are you doing?
Well, I know Asher already used his room today, but over the course of the days, I was going to ask him about how his room works and what could be turned into something. I guess, if you like slot an item or materia, can it be magical or does it have to be mundane to start?
It can be a magical item that can gain slots, from what I understand.
No, so you know that. Yeah.
Months.
So you would know that it has to be a mundane item for you to slot it.
We've slotted magical items before, but I think we're changing that.
Okay.
You
And
can
then
break
I
down
guess-
magical items and turn them into it.
Because my sword's magic, and it has slots.
I think it was slotted beforehand.
Oh, that's the one that you got from your dad.
Yeah, but so in theory, you can slot magical items.
That one was.
So we can talk about that off.
Yeah.
We got some stuff to figure out. But
Yeah.
And then I guess the other question would be like, so you can make materia,
I've slotted
But
things too.
you have
I've
to
slotted
like
hammer.
break down something magical to turn it.
You have to break down magical things to make materia if we don't have materia.
Okay. Does a scroll count?
I've never done a scroll. Probably
This
not.
might be out of your
Probably not.
wheelhouse.
Like,
Yeah.
like I think it's more like physical things, and that's like I think with a scroll, the magic's in the saying, not the item. Is how I would understand it.
It's in the language on the scroll.
Yeah, it's in the word, like the semantic and like the components, right? Yeah. So from what I understand, it has to be an item because it's like a smithing thing.
Okay. Well, never mind then. And what's a paw of changes?
I didn't make it. I don't know.
I don't know.
You
That's one
hide
for the
things in
geek
people's
thing.
inventories.
What?
Yeah.
So, did I have that one in your regular inventory? Have I put the actual item in your?
I didn't see anything in my inventory, but I have a note written down here in my notebook, and I don't remember what it.
So the Paw of Changes was actually you had done some identifying, and you gave that's what was holding that totem for Din.
Okay.
That you had given to Din. The paw you had given to Din.
Oh, that's the paw that Din got from that one guy, but you identified it for her.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I don't think you have it in your inventory because you gave it to Din, and when Din had like cracked open the hand because it was like clutching the totem, she had cracked open the hand, and you saw that it kind of scratched her a little bit. So,
Okay.
because it like
Monkey
pressed.
paw.
Yeah.
Eh. Cool. Well, yeah. I guess Becky's just along for the ride then.
Nothing else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. As you're kind of wandering the deck, Becky, you notice somebody's on the bow of the deck with you. I mean, there's crew going back and forth all the time, but you are kind of standing out, kind of watching the sky, and you notice a figure out of the corner of your eye, and you see that Joker has boarded the airship with you as well, and he kind of walks up to the bow of the ship and is like hacking blood up over the bow of the ship, and kind of wipes his lips with his long black trench coat and says, "Well, this is pretty fast airship, pretty interesting." How are you holding up, Becky, after the whole trip to the
I'm
wood?
literally dying, but how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing a lot better than you look. So,
It's not hard right now.
I'm fine. You know, the patron to my community just died at our hands. And, after he possessed one of our friends. Um, yeah, I mean, just been peaches lately, right? So,
You know, it is going to be a rough journey for you. All of this talk about you being the key to the end of everything. Sure, that weighs pretty heavy on you. You may.
oh, I don't know. Been there, done that, right? Like, ended one world, what's another? So, look, one thing I do know is that things change. And, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I mean,
At the mention of that, when you say those words, you see Joker's eyes kind of. They go like. They glow this like brilliant white underneath his mask, and his voice kind of echoes with that of a female's voice as well. Heidelins, you had heard her in the church as well. But it seems like Joker's voice is more dominant in this situation, and he says, I have seen what's to come, and I know that there is going to be information about your lineage, and you're going to have to make a choice. It's going to affect a lot of people. You may change, but just know that one choice can change the history of the entire world. You could damn it, raise it up, or you may end up causing things to loop. And he kind of comes out of that trance a little bit, and he says, I'm surprised I got that much information out of her, but can't tell you much as it may affect your choice later on. But there's going to be some information that's going to be coming to light before we reach Alexandria. And you're going to have to think hard about your choice. Whether you make that alone or with your friends is going to be up to you.
okay, cool. Now you were always a little creepy, but you've gotten real creepy lately.
Well, I am dying.
That said. Yeah. You know what? Fate of the world still don't rest too heavy on my shoulders, and here's why. Right? Because it seems like whether I live or die, everyone has some grand fucking plan for me. And I think I'm gonna do my own thing from now on. But thanks. It's been a great talk. Oh, and you're bleeding all over the deck. She's going to walk away.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are one day closer to the edge of Sapphiros, and unless you guys have plans to do anything particular with the crew or with each other, we can speed things along a little bit. It's up to you.
I was gonna pull out the deck of tales.
Okay.
We're on the deck on this ship for a while. We might as well pull out the deck. And I'll just have it like splayed out in front of me, just like thumbing through some of the cards.
Okay. As you thumb through the cards, this deck is different than the one that had been previously in your pack.
We've used it before.
Huh?
We've used it before.
Yep.
The deck of
Yeah.
deals.
Yep, I'm just re-explaining it to those who may be listening to us. But you see a number of images printed on the deck. What looks to be suits, just like a normal set of playing cards. But instead, it does have the numbers on them as well, but instead there are actual, like, what looks to be almost a, what do they call them? A stained glass style picture representing somebody, some kind of character on the card itself.
I don't recognize the character.
No.
Okay.
I mean, each card is different with a different character on it.
I'll just say into my earring so that everyone but Ellie can hear. Ellie, and I guess Araha. He doesn't have
Yeah, he doesn't have a link pearl.
like, if anyone wants to play some cards, I'll be in my room. It's an open invite.
Is anybody joining? Milos?
Okay, Mal, it's been an hour. Let's see what you got. Do it, buddy.
Well, this is quite different.
Oh,
I can talk. I can speak.
you can.
Asher goes,
Great.
collar. Throws it.
Oh, God, no. This is wonderful. I love it.
Bang.
Why is he British?
Hi, Mom.
I think it's a
Why is he Australian?
What's an Australian?
Crikey.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We should show everybody that Mal can talk now.
Well, Milos said that he wants to play cards in his room. Maybe we should go there.
When did he say that?
Oh, it's just he just yeah.
Oh.
You're not in that group chat.
No.
We got rid of those green bubbles.
Oh.
Well, let's go. Wait, in his room? Those
Okay.
rooms are really small.
I'll figure it out.
Okay, let's go, Mal.
All right.
No, he didn't have that accent when he was
He didn't have that We've
Probably.
talked to him before when he was younger. He did not sound like that.
He's grown in accent.
He's grown. Yeah, he's
He's older
getting
now.
He's older now.
he also howls in
You might sound different in bear speak.
Marquies, are you okay? I feel like we need to unpackage this letter.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you need to unpackage this letter?
No,
Oh, okay.
this was written by a different Ellie to a different Marquise. I mean, Marquise hasn't.
Well, it
tried-
sounds like the same letter.
Marquise hasn't tried to save you lately.
Is that a fraud to open someone else's mail?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It's Tristan.
Yeah, that's a different person. Same name, different person.
But Allie's not wrong. You are your soul, not the shell or whatever. Not what she said, but I know what
You're
she
the
said.
pearl in the oyster.
Oh.
So even if you don't feel like you're you, you still are.
When will your reflection show who you?
Yeah. You need to go and do like a musical montage so
Yeah.
that you can feel good about yourself. And then birds will come and like just.
There's actually a really great Finnish band for those kinds of situations.
Let's finish.
Oh, they're just it's from this really, it's another book series, yeah.
Oh. I saw you reading the book. What do you think?
It's which one?
Yes.
Anyway, I'll go join Milos to play cards, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go play cards. Let's play cards.
I guess we'll have to, be someplace else other than my room.
So I mean, you guys, I assume will have looked around the deck, or the ship, rather. At least the areas you're kind of allowed into. There's not really a place to sit, but the crew quarters are pretty wide open, and they do have like barrels that they've kind of made into chairs, and a few of them are actually sitting probably off shift at the moment. So you could even introduce yourself to some of the crew that are in there if you would like to.
Do
They
they
don't
want
just
to
take over the captain's bed.
Right.
The captain's quarters are locked.
Ellie will go make friends with the crew.
Okay.
Dimension door.
You have to see it though, right?
So you head into the crew's quarters. There are a number of like cots on the floor. There's also some hammocks hanging up. There are actually 3 Nezumi crewmates kind of hunkered up into a couple of the hammocks, and they have their tails out, and they're kind of talking and trading stories. They're 3 males, and they have this kind of like almost white and brown kind of fur complexion to them, and they kind of stop as soon as you guys like open the doors to their quarters, and they kind of straighten up like they were maybe telling raunchy stories. And
Hi, I'm Ellie. We were looking for somewhere to play cards. Can we use your floor space? Our rooms are very small.
yeah, sure. And they all kind of mimic each other for a second, and they're kind of conversing with each other, and they're a little sporadic. They're like, yeah, that'd be fine, yeah.
Okay, what were you guys doing?
But just telling stories.
Kind of stories.
Well, Math here hasn't heard about the story of the Nezumi Warrior of Light, so we were just kind of regaling.
I haven't heard that story either.
Oh, would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Are we all in this room?
I mean, anybody who's going to play cards with Milos, so Milos and Becky are already there, and I assume if you're following.
Maul and I
Ellie.
are there.
Okay, yeah, they stop at the bear, and they're like, oh, right, bear on board, bear on board.
This is Maul.
Oh, we do need to make a sign that says bear on board.
Bear on board.
Bear on board.
Yeah. This is Maul.
Oi, gentlemen. And they stop as this bear is talking to them, and they're like, say hi, the bear?
It's polite.
Are we
Don't be
Are we
rude.
hallucinating?
No, he can talk now.
What? Does the bear want to hear the tale too? Righto. And he like plops down. Is anybody else joining? Everybody else? Marquies? Okay.
The bear talks.
We
the
put Poppy's collar of Let's catch everybody. We put Poppy's collar of sentience on the bear. He can talk now. That's it. That's all you missed.
Ellie, we figured that out.
Oh. Okay.
We've been talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I can't hear.
so
Poppy, shit in their shoes.
little faith.
I don't wear shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. just shits between his toes.
Shit, right when he puts his feet out on the floor after he gets out of bed.
Poppy kind of looks at you and smiles kind of deviously. Anyway,
It's
Poopy.
so the bigger of the three, Nezumi, say, well, nice to meet you. Yeah, my name's Myth. This is my brother, Moff and Math.
Oh,
Are they the fish people? Are the Nezumi the fish
Nezumi
people?
are the rat people.
The rat people.
So
Myth, Mop, and Math.
Myth, Moff, and Math. Yep.
And Maul.
Huh? And Maul.
I think there's a joke. Okay.
You're Nezumi and a bear enter a bar.
Mhm.
And they say, well, we're the oldest three out of our family. And he starts to count, and he's like, there's 9 of us, I think. So,
What are their names?
well, there's Mill, Maul, and Mel.
Oh, there's a Maul in your family too?
Mol.
Mole.
M-O-L.
M-O-L.
Yeah.
Oh, brown, I assume.
Hmm?
Brown, like chocolate. Mole, mole sauce.
Yep. And he names the other ones. I'm not going through them. It's not happening.
What's your mother's name?
Huh? Ma.
Mom.
M-A-H.
What's your dad's name?
Mem.
Meh. Meh.
Meh.
Meh.
I'm just seeing how long Josh can put up with this number.
Anyway, so he starts in on telling the tale of the Nezumi warrior of light, and he begins to recount a warrioress who could leap great heights into the air and wielded a great spear, and she could also wore a great armor that is still spoken about in Nezumi legend. It was this kind of rose petal pink to crimson, and kind of a hat that would cover most of her face, and goes on to tell how she had been the greatest warrior. She was the greatest warrior of Nezumi legend besides her husband, who also fought by her side, but had one day lost his memories and began to wander the land, and she was wandering in search of him as well. But unfortunately, having found him, learned that he had lost his memories of their time together, and was heartbroken for the longest time. But with the help of her friends, the other warriors of Light of the Age had gone and defeated death itself, or so the legend goes.
Oh. That's a nice, sad story. What's my cards?
Okay. So as Milos kind of thumbs through them, nothing seems to happen. You get the feeling that without it being drawn from the deck holder that it is actually in, with intent to draw, that nothing may happen. So, who is drawing a card? Or are you just using them as playing cards? Because that's also a thing, I guess.
What do we know about these new cards?
They blow up your magical items.
Magic keys are different cards.
No. These are different.
Ellie's still mad.
Yeah.
I think you have to tell a story in order to pull a card. I think is what it is.
Oh, one of
It
the
has to
rats
be
are
a
just pulled
truthful
a
story about your past. If
I think that you pull the card and it directs what story you need to tell.
Right, that's like what the topic is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not it.
She's clearly suffering from some form of.
I feel like Marquies would be good at this. He's got
PTSD.
books written about him. He's got all the stories.
Yeah, but I'm not the one who wrote them.
Well, the
But
stories.
you still about
I mean,
you.
like, were did those things actually happen? Like, obviously not the whole contents of the books, but like the actual case.
Are you a fraud?
Are you a fraud?
Becky will pull a card. Okay. Since you're not here, unfortunately, Travis, would you like somebody to draw on your behalf?
Yeah. Sure. Eric.
Eric's gonna draw on your behalf.
The right answer. I kill you.
Becky dies again.
You
Oh, but you have that book. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the book.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you want to go ahead and pull a card for Becky.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you up with 5 clubs.
Oh, you don't even
clubs.
have the actual cards.
Huh?
You don't have the actual cards?
This is a completely different deck.
Yeah, but you weren't still using the deck of many for.
No.
Okay.
No, that's for when we do that.
Yeah, that's for when I give you the deck of many again.
Again?
So Travis, flip a coin, roll a d20, or whatever, odds, evens, that kind of thing.
Okay. Tails.
Okay. So the deck seems to come to life in your hand, and a card kind of reaches out to your grasp, and you see on the card itself, in that stained glass artwork, a very young blonde human or hearer, and she has these striking blue eyes, and it's almost like she starts to move on the card, and the image seems to come alive before you, and Myth, Moth, Math are like, what's happening? What's happening? And so this girl, her kind of curly blonde hair is kind of pulled tight in a pony, and she looks to be rather young. And she kind of looks around at the ship itself, and she is in this like kind of pink, almost like swimsuit style, and she has this kind of cloth, this soft cloth wrapped around her midsection, and it kind of trails off into these jingling, almost looks like coins tagged on the end of it. And it seems like her form is shifting, her look is almost shifting between, and almost like these illusory stars are kind of above her head. And she kind of looks around at everyone, and she says, well, you're the new Warriors of Light. My grandfather was actually a Warrior of Dawn, so, interesting. Well, I suppose the magic that binds me here to come and visit you is interesting. And she kind of examines herself and is kind of pressing out on like an invisible barrier here. And she goes, I suppose this is a memory of me then. She seems rather intelligent to where she is at, as opposed to the last vision that you had drawn. And she looks at you holding the card, and she goes, I suppose a tale must be told, if I understand this magic correctly. Interesting magic. Reminds me... And her, like, appearance seems to change, and she takes on kind of this, like, blue swimsuit and kind of shoulder pads. She has this blue mask across her face and this blue hat, kind of similar to Zazaru's when you were in a Frester. And she's got this great feather that comes up, and she's holding the scepter in her hand, and reminds me of this kind of magic. Anyway, I suppose by the laws of this spell, that it is asking me to ask a tale of you. And she says, in my day, I was princess of a kingdom, unfortunately separated from my grandfather, who was king. I had to rule in his stead. It was very hard being away from him because he was like a father to me. But a great burden was placed upon my shoulders at a pretty young age. Feel the same from you. Tell me, what burden do you feel now?
I feel the burden of being trapped again and being used against my wishes. Being a pawn in someone else's game.
I can definitely tell you that I did feel fate's tug. Its web catching us. But my friends and I had choices that we were able to make. And I know that you may feel trapped now, but there will come a time when you'll get to choose. And that will be your greatest power. She reaches into, again, her visage shifts to one wearing this kind of a longer pink dress, and she has like this blazer, this tan blazer, and she seems to be more relaxed in this form. And she reaches inside the pocket of her blazer, and she actually produces these set of 3 golden stars. They look like they may be pins. Like you could pin it to your clothes. But they're very beautiful. And she says, here, if you are ever in need of guidance or a look, perhaps, into your future, just call upon the power of these guiding stars. And with that, her visage seems to shift away.
Whoa. That was pretty trippy, guys.
Does the card also disappear with?
It does.
Well, now how are you supposed to play cards?
Incomplete deck.
Well, just the
Lost
image on the
off.
card disappears, not the card itself.
Oh.
So it still keeps its suit, and it's just a regular playing card now.
You'll fail every game of solitaire.
That was weird.
I'll play.
You gonna draw?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to fan the deck for Paige, Alysia.
Okay, which one's not gonna kill you? Pick,
So,
choose
Drawing from
wisely.
the bottom last time worked out really badly for me.
Perfect. Do it again.
Spades.
4.
Okay. All right. So, 2 spades. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and also do the same for me? Evens, odds, flip, roll, whatever.
Evens are odds? Evens?
Evens. The picture on this particular card is very familiar to a form that you had saw very briefly during the battle with the behemoth, when Ellie attempted to summon a crash, like something had come through the roof of the ship, and suddenly a man in this dark blue armor, dragon motif, helm, wielding a spear, and Miff and Moth and Mash are really excited for a second until they see this figure stand and see that it's a human, and they're like, oh.
Meh, they said.
Yeah, basically.
Do you not like dragoons?
They're like meh.
It's a human.
Yeah.
And they,
I mean, how can you tell? You can't even.
well, the figure stands and you can see now a humanoid or a Hurrian face. As the figure comes, they seem to have like crash landed here, but it didn't affect anything as this is just a vision. And he stands up and he has like 1 foot with the ball just kind of touching and 1 foot planted, and he holds his spear behind him and he kind of eyes you and says, "What sorcery is this?"
We're playing cards.
And he kind of looks around and he seems almost at home. He's like, "We're on an airship."
Yeah. I think you're a ghost.
Well, whatever binds me here, I do not like it.
Sorry.
I suppose
Yeah.
I will
Cards in the
assist if I
cave.
must.
Blame the cave.
And he looks at you and he says, "Whatever sorcery is willing me to be here also bids me to tell you a tale. I was a jealous man, it is true. In my time, I was jealous of my best friend. For taking the love of my life, I betrayed him multiple times. But after we defeated the great evil, I did work to redeem myself. Tell me, you made a mistake. How would you redeem yourself?"
I know I shouldn't, but I really like violence. I like fighting. So if I made a mistake, I would fight my way to whatever way of forgiveness there is.
Sounds like you may also have an issue with anger.
Punch the apology into them.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're sorry. I am sorry. That's how you.
Yeah, right. He looks at his spear for a second and he says, "I don't think that this would help you, but..." And he reaches down to his wrist and you see that there is this bangle on his arm and it has a dragon wrapped up and biting its own tail. And he, like, clicks it right behind where the neck is, and it releases from its tail, and he hands it out to you, and he says, "This may either help or harm. It is up to you."
Sounds like that.
Are you cursed again?
What do you mean again? Not cursed?
That
Okay.
doesn't look like it's healing.
So, he hands you the Dragon Ouroboros bracelet, which I will put in your inventory later on. Anybody else? Of course.
We're playing now, aren't we?
I guess.
I'm playing cards.
Where did I?
Before Ellie pulls the card, she takes every magical item off of her and sits it on the floor next to her.
what I would have done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oops. Makes sense.
If I had mage hand, I would mage hand them back onto you. But I don't.
I'll take your magical items. Put them on me so they can get blown up too, Milos.
All right.
That's how this works.
Draw a card.
This one. I got an ace of flowers.
What? Okay, ace of clubs.
That's what it's called.
Ooh, interesting. Evens or odds, please?
I got this D2. I don't know
Heads
what
or tails?
the one is. Probably odds, huh?
Yep.
It's a head.
Kraken.
So it's the other one.
So
Yeah,
even.
Right.
evens. We've all gotten evens so far.
So, the figure on this card looks a little bit like Becky's mentor that you had seen previously, and a little bit like it looks a little bit like Mother Matoya. The figure seems to appear in a very similar sigil on the ground that you have seen Becky place on the ground. And this black-robed figure with this high collar and a face that seems to be only showing one eye, and a very tall pestos black hat with buckle on top. In their hand, they hold this black wooden staff that seems to come to a head, and it seems to have this stone with these, looks like one of the fireballs that Becky has, or firebolts that Becky has fired before, kind of in that same motion.
Mm-hmm.
And this figure steps out and more of a feminine voice, looks around, and you can't see it, but the eye seems to smile and says, "Oh, this is priceless."
What?
I sense you have already tasted of my magic before. I'm sure it won't be the last time we meet either.
I don't know who you are or what magic you're talking about.
She looks over at you, Becky, and her eye flashes yellow. Oh, yes, you have.
Is this your mom? No, we met your mom. You punched her in the face.
Well. And she takes her staff and, moves it along this invisible barrier, and you can see these sparks of purple magic seem to be striking at something as she's kind of pushing through this barrier that you had seen. The first blonde girl, she had kind of pressed on and kind of, tested a little bit, but this person seems like they may push through this. And then she looks at you, Ellie, and
Hi.
she says, "Oh, this is priceless. So, a summoner summons a vision of me from my past."
I mean, I've summoned a lot of visions of people from their past by accident.
"Oh, yes, but I, my dear, think you don't know quite what you've done here."
Oh, God.
Okay, cool. I'm cursed. Let's go. What do you need?
It's not what I need. It's what everyone else here needs.
Okay.
Well, and she looks at Becky again. Well, mostly what that one needs.
Okay.
And you see as this woman starts to cast some kind of magic. You
I'm
hadn't
pretty
seen the
su-
other ones do
I'm
this.
pretty sure.
The
Excuse
card rattles in your hand.
me, ma'am. You're dead. If it's
Oh no, not quite, my dear. And she taps her staff, and the whole barrier around her shatters, and the card disintegrates in your hand.
Oh,
Now we can't play solitaire.
we were gonna play solid. We were gonna play cards after this. You owe me an ace. Of flowers.
You feel that. Actually, you look around for a second and you see that since she's done this, Poppy is gone. And you feel that same tug as when you had been summoning those visions of the past.
Oh no. Oh no. And hey, I need my soul. There's not much of it left.
You will need it. It is true. But... and she kind of looks like she's looking around finding something off in the distance, and her eye again glows that yellow, and her staff lights, and she says, "Yes, I thought it wouldn't have been long enough. I still exist in this time. Interesting."
I'm concerned. Do I feel threatened?
She doesn't seem to be threatening, but she did just use a pretty powerful magic display to cast off or whatever barrier is protecting you from these visions, and is now drawing on your aether like a summon.
Do I have one of those? Do I still have that bracelet that blocks my aether?
You do.
I grab it from my pile and slap it on.
She holds her hand and she yanks it from your hand with magic.
Are we all just watching this?
Mm-hmm. You're not doing anything, so she kind of does this no, and she says, "Don't worry, I will go back to where I'm from, but I need a moment. See, these rules are stuffy on this item. This whatever is summoning this vision of me.
I'm pretty sure it's a deck of cards.
Well, whatever it is, I need to be free of it for a moment, because present-day me does not have what is needed for what needs to happen in this time."
Okay.
The
You
rules,
have 30 seconds, because I have 20 holes in my soul.
the rules of these cards will not allow me to break the rules and ask silly questions, but instead I'll depart knowledge and power upon you.
Okay.
She, does a little twist of her hand, and she pulls out a scroll from almost nowhere. And then with her other hand, she hands that one to you, the scroll.
Thanks. I don't know how to use these.
You read it.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
God.
Becky's the one who gets all the
She
scrolls.
stands to Becky and looks Becky up and down, and she says, "Here, I think you'll need this a little more than I." And she hands the staff to you.
Oh shit! You first.
So,
My soul hurts.
well,
Damn, you shouldn't draw cards anymore.
and she looks at you all and says, "Be careful with that knowledge. I don't think your time is ready for it to be read by anybody else besides the lot of you who are drawn to Heidelman's power."
Who are you? You said you existed.
Just call me
time.
Matoya.
Oh, fuck, we've already met you.
I know.
You get a lot of frogs in your old age.
I have a lot of frogs now.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's a continuous issue, okay.
And she waves her hand, and that sigil beneath her just disappears and takes her with it.
Why is it whenever you draw cards, I'm not sure if this is bad or not, but
I'm gonna pass out.
Just gonna get skittish on it because
Seeing that, does anybody actually
I
want to
feel
draw
a
any more
little
cards?
ill.
damn, she gave Becky something and she took stuff from
Just give me a second. Poppy.
Poppy pops back, and she's like, "Meow?"
You know how I sometimes summon the wrong things? I didn't do it this time. It summoned itself.
Meow.
Well, is this a magic scroll or is it a words? There's words on it. I'm gonna open it.
You open it, and there,
fireball them.
Yes. I did it this time. No.
You just got this.
I know. So you open it up, and there is. It seems to be like prophetic words that seem to jump off of this scroll to you. Are you reading it out loud or to yourself?
To herself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna blow my own mind first. I hear you. What do you need me to roll?
Huh?
I see you. Oh,
Nope.
Math and mock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my little brains are probably already fried.
So, the rest of you are not privy to this, but I will say it out loud. So, in this scroll, it is written in ye olde English style common.
I took it. It took ye old English in school. It's fine.
Yep. But it goes on to say that this is not the first time that the world has been born.
Yeah, I think we knew that.
There's been many cataclysms, it says, but the world has been reborn 7 times.
7 times.
And each time that the world has been reborn has always come off after an 8th cataclysm. When the world has gone through cataclysms of each of the main elements, the dragon Shinryu appears to devour the world and reset it again. When you read that last word, Ellie, the rest of you see as Ellie's eyes like roll back for a second, and you get this vision, Ellie, of the world. And you are pulled back from the vision, and you see this globe, this blue star floating in the darkness of space among a sea of stars. And you see that the world below is in ruin. And off in the distance, you see this great golden dragon, larger than the world, appear from nowhere, open its jaws, and swallow the world whole. And it like jolts you as you are also swallowed up in this dragon's maw.
Oh.
And you guys see as Ellie kind of jolts a little bit. Are you sharing this, Ellie?
Wait a second. I'm writing things down.
Question is, are you telling Myth, Math, and Moth?
Oh man, poor Myth, Math, and Muff.
Yeah. They were just telling stories how they lost their virginity.
Right?
Some old, like, rat-titted lady. We walk in.
Listen, you guys got prizes and I got trauma. What cataclysm are we on?
7.
No, you are on the 7th. You are on the 8th astral era.
So we have had 7 cataclysms already.
Right.
Just on dragon poop. Eats us and poops us out and we're out of the world.
I pictured that scene in ways that I don't think Josh intended, but that's, I'll just blame ADHD.
Yeah.
Myth, math, moth?
Yeah? What was that lady?
We should just call him 3M.
She was scary.
You know, she's really nice when she's older.
What?
Yeah. Could you guys... My tummy's upset. Could you guys go get me some bread? All three of you.
Yeah, we don't want to be in here anymore.
Thank you.
And they immediately scoot.
Thank you. Have you guys ever heard of the dragon Shinryu?
The dragon shit what?
Shinryu? Shitting you?
Oh, man.
Cause just for no reason.
Do any of us know?
Becky and Din can make me a history check.
Shit. Sorry.
Well, 11.
7.
Nope. You do not know.
Okay. Well, it's really no big deal. He's just bigger than the world.
Oh.
And he eats it as a tasty snack. Every 8th cataclysm.
Okay.
Because the world's been reborn 7 times. Because he ate the old ones. It's no big deal, because we're on the 8th cataclysm. So.
Oh. So stop it.
I don't know how to
Get
stop.
eaten by a dragon?
I don't know how to stop a dragon bigger than the world from eating it. I feel like if he's hungry, he's gonna do what he wants.
And yeah, but
I think he does it to reset the world because we kind of caused the cataclysm. But I don't know what happens if we stop the cataclysm. Are we
Yeah.
perpetually just right on the edge of being eaten by a dragon?
So is that a good or bad thing that it gets eaten?
Well, we'll all die. But I don't know necessarily. I mean, history shows that after the cataclysm, it's usually like a little bit of period of like everything's better, and then everything gets worse again. Rinse and repeat. Do you want to see the vision? I don't know if the scroll will give you the vision like it did me.
Are you just showing it to Marquies?
Mhm.
Are you reading the words on this page, Marquies?
no, I'm quite fine.
Does anybody else want to read the words on the page?
Can't read.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm just gonna put this in my bag then. Right, so we're trying to stop Becky from ending the world, but really a dragon is gonna come on top of all of that and just eat it. So
Yeah, we have to prevent this cataclysm.
mhm.
We will be on the edge of like the world always ending, but I think it'll be better to just perpetually be edging than like just blowing everything out.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna plan on edging.
Yeah, I think that the group plan is edging.
We have to go around and teach the world to edge.
How do you give lessons?
Well, if we're going
in-
to prevent a cataclysm, everyone has to be edging.
It's true. Why don't we teach multiple people at once how to edge?
I mean, you really just got to go right to the line and stop. Like, you can't just let it spill over.
Okay.
Do we like lead by example? Do we show them how?
Yeah, do we have
I
to
think we should
provide
show
some
everyone
kind of...
how to edge.
Do we have to... Yeah, a tutorial on edging? So who will be putting together the tutorial? And when is the
There it is.
deadline?
Should we make a video?
Oh boy.
What's a video? Do we have one of those little sphere things? Recording?
Yeah,
spheres?
they make there's little magic things.
Yeah.
We could just make a bunch of those little things.
So
showing
5
us
days
how to
go
edge.
by.
Wait, but what if other people want to pull cards?
Mhm.
Not it. My soul hurts. How much of my soul did I lose in that interaction?
You'll never know.
Or will I? Just keeping a chart, and then one day he's going to be like, you drop dead. Just, I'm not doing anything.
Ella's gone, guys. She turns white as a ghost.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Huh.
I become a revenant.
Reincarnation.
We got 2 of them now.
Yeah.
Dead but not dead.
I've been not dead.
All right.
How does it feel?
I can't send anything as a summoner if I am undead. I will send myself.
Anyway,
Oh,
did we'll draw cards another time. I feel like we've gone a little bit long on this one, but is for the sake of brevity, is anybody else doing anything on these 5 days specifically?
I'm going to try my hardest to sneak down into the dungeon room at least once.
Oh, okay.
Because they told me not to.
Fair
Din
enough.
and I are going to try to sneak into the engine room at least once. Because they told us not to.
Sure. Anyway, so
Take some kind of...
apologies, guys. This one has gone a little bit long, but we're back at it here. So with this art, so apologies, but tune in next time when the group shall pass over the border to Cyprus. So see you
and
next
teach
time.
people how to edge.
Bye.
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 I thought you just cut them off.